Welcome to Griffin's Gaming Guides. In this video I'm going to show you how you can acquire the Ornate Blade melee weapon in Remnant 2, which can be found in the Losomn council chamber by accusing the correct council member of treason. Now before you can acquire the Ornate Blade you will have a fair amount to do, and when it comes to talking to the council you need to talk to them exactly. You need to choose every correct dialogue option or they have a very good chance of turning on you, where you will then be in a very nasty 3-on-1 fight that you want to try and avoid, especially if, as you're here of course, you're going after the Ornate Blade. So first of all, for those of you that have been following along with our normal guides, if you've already got the Assassin's Dagger, you need to head back through on another roll where you're then going to be able to pull the dagger back out of the One True King's skull. If you haven't done so yet, then simply proceed all the way through the council chamber, where at the very back of the biome you're going to come to a mirror that you need to go through. Make sure that you open up the door just to the left of when you enter the room with the mirror. That's then going to basically lead you back down to where the council members are once we're back in this area. But for now, go and use the mirror and get transported through to the mirror realm. You're going to need to take down all of the enemies. Now, there are a fair few Fae that you're going to need to attack. If you stand just the other side of the doorway, you'll essentially be creating a kill box that you can funnel the Fae through. Once they're through, make sure that you take them down as quickly as you can, as these guys can hit hard, especially when there's a good number of them. You're also going to have a special shaman that you need to take down as well. Once everyone's dead, you then need to go up to the 3 pedestals where the council members are sitting. If you look through the floor below you, through the water that you can walk on, you're going to see the council members sitting there. Now what you need to do is pull all of the council seals out of their respective seats. So you've got the blue one, the red one and the purple one. You then need to take the seals and put them back into the pedestals in the correct order, that being blue, red and then purple from left to right. That will then open the door above you, leading you through to the One True King's throne, which has now become his tomb. Now if you mantle up to the right next to the One True King, you're then going to be able to jump over to the very small ledge, turn around carefully and then jump over to the back of the One True King's head. Make sure that you pull the dagger out of his skull. You can then go in your inventory and look at the pommel of the dagger, which is the bit at the opposite end to the pointy bit if you're not too sure on your blade craft. Have a look at the very base of the dagger. You're then going to see a symbol. Now this symbol will correlate to one of the council members, thus revealing the traitor. So make sure you take a good note. If need be, take a picture on your phone or just take a good mental note of what the image looks like. Now Savan has a diamond with a line going around the right side from top to bottom. Honoril has a mirrored rounded eye with a circle in the middle of his crest. And Niall has a fancy pointed arrow symbol pointing up and down with the same pattern on both, like a mandala. Now with the Assassin's Dagger acquired, you need to go all the way back through to the council chamber. So if you open up the door, simply go back through the mirror, take a right and then go back down into the council chamber. Speak with the council members, where they're then going to ask you a series of questions and you're going to have to go through a fair amount of dialogue.
What a curious petitioner you are. Not of the Fae, nor of the denizens of this new world.
Send it away then. Fae law is not for foreigners.
Now the options that you need to choose are: I'm not of this world at all actually.
Then why, pray tell, should we waste our time with you? This is a Fae council, and we have more imperative matters than to play guide to outsiders.
And then I'm just exploring.
Oh, you see, it wastes our time.
A pity. I had hoped for more stimulating distraction.
If that is all you have to say, petitioner, then please, step aside. We have quite enough troubles to occupy our time.
And then, what are these troubles you're having?
You have wasted quite enough of our time, foreigner. The Fae have far more important concerns than you before us.
Oniril speaks true, but a thought occurs to me. Perhaps your eyes can bring clarity where our trust has failed. Do you accept?
And then of course I will help you.
Hold. I do not accept. This is a foreigner, hardly more than a mute beast.
We do not ask them to make judgment, only to aid in an investigation that we have voluntarily foregone. The law supports this.
And then I have news about who aided the imposter.
Tread carefully now, stranger. For Fey law is strict and swift, and you stand to accuse one of its highest-ranking members.
If you accuse one of us, you must have evidence, new evidence, to support your claim. The penalty for frivolous accusations against the Council is steep.
It is death, foreigner, at least for you. Swift and immediate.
Are you prepared to make an accusation according to our laws?
And then, very important one, I am prepared to make an accusation. Now, like I say, you need to line the symbol up, which could be any three of them. It's completely random, given the procedurally generated nature of Remnant 2. You might have Savan, Honoril, or Niall in your playthrough. For me, it was Honoril, but don't just go on that, as it might be different for your playthrough. Make sure you line the symbol up on the pommel of the dagger, the base bit, with the respected council member. You're then going to be able to choose the dialogue option accusing the correct council member. If you get it wrong, they will attack you and more than likely kill you, especially as they can all inflict curse. Make sure that you choose the correct council member, where they will then get assassinated by the other two. They will then basically thank you. Obviously, the remaining two council members will give you thanks in the form of the Ornate Blade melee weapon.
You have always sought refuge in the law.
That law became a mockery, a facade to protect him. With the king removed, I hoped we could finally rule as was our intent. I could not know that imposter would be one and the same. I could not know this beast would prove at all resourceful. May you die a worse death than all of us.
You have broken both Fey law and our trust, and must now face the consequences.
I should not be grateful for the death of any Fae, but I am relieved.
Here, stranger. Take this as thanks for your service to our council. Now, leave us, strange one, for we have much work to do.
Now, the Ornate Blade is a very hard-hitting weapon. It is worth the effort, this one, especially if it's your first time through Losomn. If Losomn was your starting world and you've found the Council Chamber biome, make sure that you upgrade this one. If you've got anything better, then I probably wouldn't bother. However, if it is one of your first melee weapons that you can acquire, first of all, very well done. Secondly, make sure that you chuck some resources in it as long as you've got them. Now, you can do a charge back step that will basically swing this sword forward. You can do a nice triple, some stabbing moves. Everything can be charged up pretty much, so it is definitely a hard-hitting weapon, especially if you're trying to do a bit of crowd control, or if you've got a special that won't go down any other way. Go up and give them a few whacks with this. Hopefully, there'll be no more. But anyway, that's how you can acquire the Ornate Blade in Remnant 2. I do hope that the guide helped you out. It was a bit of a pain to put together, so if you feel like clicking the subscribe button, this will probably be the video to do it on. I would very much appreciate it. But of course, whichever you decide to do, please look after yourselves out there. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I do look forward to seeing you back here at Griffin's Gaming Guides.